It is our habit to associate our actions with the mind. We say the mind. But if you observe in meditation, thoughts that arise in the mind, who did that? Did you go to the door and invite a thought to arise? Open the door to let the thought in? You became observant of the thought once that thought had already entered. Who brought the thought? What we call the mind, although there are many different facets and aspects to this amazing consciousness, but when we say the mind, it is mostly describing a kind of commentary. That commentary is useful and is primarily designed to sift out useful thinking or useful thoughts from not helpful thoughts. It is a commentary for our survival. Physical survival, emotional survival, and particularly our social survival, because as human beings, we are largely dependent on our socialization for our existence. We have to agree in a group, and the group keeps us safe. The agreement, call this society. We have agreed on certain laws, certain social norms, traditions. We have agreed upon them unconsciously because we have been born into those agreements. And so very often what one is relating to in themselves is this commentary, which is fueled by the power to keep us safe, which is to say, to keep us in existence physically. Keep watching in the meditation. Thoughts come uninvited, without your doing. And if you keep watching, you'll notice they also pass, they change. And that which you're observing is in constant motion. Even if some thoughts remain for some time, ultimately it will pass. Many thoughts repeat themselves again and again. It's always in movement. It is a commentary of yourself that is in association with things. Even if those things, as I said, were social things, social norms, unseen things, like courtesy. Cannot touch courtesy, cannot go to the shop and buy courtesy. But we all know what courtesy is. We relate to it. We comment on it. We have judgment on it. Remorse. Cannot see it. And yet we all know what is remorse. We associate with it. So this constant commentary in the mind is in the association with body. Remorse, what the body did or didn't do. I should have done this. I should not have done that. And because deep down we do somehow know that this commentary is not our true being, we therefore have a sense of insecurity with our identification, I am the commentator. And this insecurity underlying even the strong decisions, I will do this, I will do this, I will not do this. Even with this strong resolve of the I am great. If this I is an association, an identification with this commentator, it will have an innate sense of insecurity. More insecurity, more sense I do, I control. So in seeing this and recognizing this picture that I've painted, we now have the opportunity to meditate and observe this whole mechanism without any sense that it is wrong. Just observing the nature of identification with form, association with form, and the commentary of it, which is to say, the observation of your body, mind, self. Keep watching. This observing practice is a kind of fire. It ignites a power, and you start to view the human condition. The commentator cannot light this fire of observing. Non-association with the commentator, non-identification with the commentator, with the commentary, lights this fire. Observation lights this fire. It is not the doing that is of the body-mind. From the perspective of body-mind, it is a non-doing. Another word, it is an allowing. Inviting your mind to stretch beyond its ability and its faculty of commentating, to then start observing. Igniting your attention to recognize consciousness is ever lit. Take a few minutes in your own practice. We cannot do consciousness. Consciousness is an ever-present reality. So therefore, because we use language to express ourselves and to lead the attention of the mind, therefore, words like to reveal, enlighten, to realize, these kind of non-doing words have been used in an attempt to see what is really happening. And so, because we have bodies and minds, we will always be drawn to do, but unless one is informed of pure consciousness, one will not automatically give any attention to the seer, the observer, the knower. So when one is only in doing and consumed in the commentary of doing, which means if one is only identified body-mind, then the ability to awaken your seer self, your knower self, will remain dormant. Meditation awakens the seer, the knower. Not by your doing. The only doing that is involved in meditation is to let the eyelids close. The rest is what you don't do. You don't engage in the identification with whatever arises to be seen. So meditation is the practice of non-doing. Never judge your meditation on how many thoughts come. As soon as you close your eyes, you are in meditation. Nothing more to do. Only observe. Thoughts come uninvited.